This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stifel Financial.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Lynn Forbes.
And I'm Randy Swissley. Paul Haas is off this week, and you're watching Nevada County Now.
Tonight, we share a major win for public access as new land is permanently protected along Nevada County's wilderness trails. We'll also report about major road closures and our area's water storage.
And how music is helping local youth find their voice, and voter information, and more.
Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
State Route 20 is seeing quite a bit of road work activity. If you can avoid it, it's probably a good idea. To start with, there's a paving project that will improve nearly 26 miles of the highway between Nevada City and the junction with Interstate 80. This work includes rehabilitating the pavement and drainage systems, constructing vehicle pullouts, and upgrading guardrails and signs. This multi-phase project is expected to be completed by the end of 2027. The second project is the bridge demolition on eastbound State Route 20, which will begin on Sunday, May 3rd. Eastbound 20 will be closed from the Omega Scenic Overlook to I-80. The closure schedule is 7 p.m. May 3rd to 9 a.m. May 8th, 7 p.m. May 10th to 9 a.m. May 15th, and 7 p.m. May 17th to 9 a.m. May 22nd. The closure areas are eastbound 20 between the Omega Scenic Overlook to I-80, and the eastbound I-80 off-ramp to westbound 20 will also be closed. Caltrans District 3 is responsible for these projects. The department issues construction updates on X at Caltrans Dist 3 and on Facebook, Caltrans District 3. For real-time traffic conditions, download the Quick Map app from the App Store or Google Play. Also, at a recent Nevada City City Council meeting, the Office of Emergency Services Director Evan McLenithan gave a presentation concerning the city's defensible space activities. He highlighted the activities that are currently occurring in 3 of the city's major open spaces: Hirschman's Pond, the Old Airport, and Sugarloaf.
We passed all the environmental clearance through the governor's proclamation for environmental clearance for fuels projects, and we are now implementing this project. So we had a community workshop before we started implementing that, which was really well attended. It's around the Old Airport, Hirschman's, and Sugarloaf. I will mention we started on the southwest corner of the Old Airport where it connects to Cement Hill. So work has already been implemented there where we used primarily mechanical treatment along with some pile burning where we didn't want to have too much depth of wood chips. So a little paired prescription for that Old Airport property. We were able to burn some piles at the Hirschman's Trail. That wasn't as much part of the fuels project as it was trail safety, where a year ago at this time, we needed to clear a lot of dead and down trees that were right over the trail. So we made piles about a year ago, and then we were able to burn those. We really haven't actually started implementing this project necessarily at the Hirschman's property yet, but primarily at the Old Airport.
McLenithan mentioned the burning of old piles to mitigate danger along recreational paths. He also noted that fire is a new tool that can be used for defensible spaces and is natural in our ecosystem. Home defensible space inspections will be offered and conducted throughout May. Residents may receive a blue door hanger notifying them of yard conditions that may need mitigation. McLenithan urged residents to utilize services the city offers, like free vent screening and yard walkthroughs, plus programs for those who need some help. The yard waste bin at Pioneer Park is being emptied 3 times per week, so residents are invited to take advantage of that as well. Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break and be right back.
Looking for a way to connect with nature and protect the land you love? Bear Yuba Land Trust is your partner in preserving the beautiful landscapes of Nevada County. Whether it's hiking, volunteering, or supporting conservation efforts, your involvement makes a difference. Together, they're maintaining over 26,000 acres and over 55 miles of trails of stunning wilderness safe for wildlife, for future generations, and for you. Join the Bear Yuba Land Trust today. Visit bylt.org to learn more. Let's protect what makes this place so special. Bear Yuba Land Trust, protecting the land, preserving the future.
A major conservation milestone in Nevada County is now complete. The Bear Yuba Land Trust has announced the transfer of 218 acres along the Yuba River corridor to South Yuba River State Park, permanently protecting the land as public open space. The transfer includes the historic Independence Trail, known as the nation's first wheelchair-accessible wilderness trail, preserving both its recreational access and natural habitat for future generations. In 2012, the nonprofit conservation organization Sequoia Challenge donated a portion of the land where Independence Trail sits to the Bear Yuba Land Trust with the intent that it would be eventually a part of the California State Park as a wilderness trail, accessible to all. This has been decades in the making and made possible by the vision of John Olmsted and the volunteers who built the trail, as well as the Bear Yuba Land Trust, which stepped up and has been the incredible steward of these lands. For more information on the Bear Yuba Land Trust, visit bylt.org. And go ahead and get out there and explore the amazing trails in our community.
So have you been out there exploring the Independence Trail, Brandy?
I have not been down the trail. I parked and I've wanted to know where it was, and I was on my way to somewhere else. So I parked and looked down, and it looked pretty steep to me, which was encouraging because I used to hike the Canyon Trail in Auburn. And so the trails here are steep, but not like the Independence Trail. The Independence Trail is pretty steep.
Yeah, not too bad. Depends on where you are.
Okay.
But it's hard to believe that it's wheelchair accessible, right? It can't be so, I mean, parts of it at least can't be so steep that it would be dangerous for a wheelchair access. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's dangerous just to walk. So I can't imagine getting in a wheelchair and
yeah, no, I've never felt it was, I don't know, maybe I'm just, used to hiking, but hiking this trail, but I never felt it was that steep. So maybe I didn't go far enough.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I just went 5 feet and turned around and I thought, oh, that was easy. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, we'll have to go do that trail together.
Okay.
That'd be fun. Okay, don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be right back.
In our community, every voice matters and every vote counts. The League of Women Voters of Nevada County empowers informed citizens with unbiased information about elections, ballot measures, and how government works. We register voters, explain ballot measures fairly, and host candidate forums, helping everyone participate with confidence. Because democracy works best when we all show up. Your vote, your future. Discover more and get involved at lwvnevadacounty.org.
Want to put your business or personal brand in the spotlight? A Getting to Know You recording from Nevada County Media is an excellent option to make that happen. The team at Nevada County Media will help you create a professional, polished commercial to showcase what makes you unique. Our team will guide you through the process and help make your message shine. Reserve your spot today by visiting the NevadaCountyMedia.org catalog. Let's tell your story. Your audience is waiting.
Ahead of every election, California counties and the Secretary of State mail voter information guides to registered voters before ballots are issued. The state guide covers statewide candidates and measures, while the county guide includes local races, ballot measures, voting instructions, and a sample ballot. Election officials also encourage voters to access these guides online for faster, paperless, and more convenient access. The benefits of getting your county voter information guide and sample ballot online include that they are viewable on any mobile device, and they're free, convenient, paperless, and save tax dollars. Links to state and county-wide ballots, information, and how to register to vote are in today's show notes. And within the community, there are several candidate forums that you can attend in person or on demand online. The League of Women Voters of Nevada County is holding the following forums. The video for the Nevada City City Council, in fact, took place last week, and it is now available online to watch on demand. The State Insurance Commissioner Candidate Forum, a collaboration of several leagues, takes place on Zoom only tonight. Go to our website to check that out. And the Nevada County Superintendent of Schools Candidate Forum takes place tomorrow night at the Rood Center and live online. Then next week, the U.S. Congressional District 3 Candidate Forum takes place Monday, May 4th at the Rood Center again and live online. Information for these candidate forums can be found at lwvnevadacounty.org. Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with tonight's guest.
Want to unlock your creative potential? With the Nevada County Media Academy subscription, you get access to every workshop and hands-on activity that NCM offers for one low yearly fee. From video editing, filmmaking, podcasting, acting, and more. This all-access subscription lets you dive right into learning and creating. It's for all ages and comes with materials, assignments, and activities delivered year-round. Come join a community of creators. Visit the NevadaCountyMedia.org catalog and get ready to fuel your imagination all year long.
With the cost of everything going up, food becomes more of an issue for all. Today, we're taking a look at food assurance in Nevada County. More families are visiting the food banks, and roughly 11,600 residents receive CalFresh benefits. Programs like Market Match through Sierra Harvest help stretch food dollars at local farmers markets. We're joined today by Sierra Harvest Executive Director Eli Bacon to talk about the current state of the local food supply and how these programs are supporting food access in our community. Welcome, Eli. Nice to have you here again.
Nice to be here. Thanks for bringing me back.
So what is the state of, food sourcing and the supply of food in our county right now? Last time we talked to someone from the food bank, it was really a scary time.
Yeah.
So tell us the real dirty here.
Yeah. So we've I think it's been a few months now. I think what we're really seeing is there is that continued uptick in demand from underserved individuals in our community. And with the food bank and food pantries ultimately still needing those resources, it's tricky. So the role that Sierra Harvest plays is we usually provide through our gleaning program, raw produce for those programs. And that tends to go with the season. So we're just about to kick off our gleaning season, right? It'll be probably in June that we will start to see those gleans start to come online.
Well, you have volunteers go to farms.
Yep. So essentially anyone who's got a garden or a hobby farm or even farmers or even the farmers market, anyone who didn't sell produce that day, we will come with volunteers and collect all that raw produce and turn around and deliver it to the food bank or to the food pantries.
Yes.
Our goal every year is about an average of 35,000 pounds.
Wow.
We range, but we do get within about 25 to 28,000 every year.
Yeah.
And that's a huge help to the food banks and food pantries.
And it's so hard for people to buy fresh food.
It is.
And we live in farm country, so we should be providing fresh food for our people.
It would be
a nice idea.
It would be a nice idea, yes. Yeah. So we're definitely trying to move that needle every day.
So the state of how you fund programs like Market Match and other programs that are very important it is sort of tenuous with the state of grants and how grants are applied for and awarded and so on. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I mean, so for this year, we're really hopeful. The last couple of years, we've been able to fund Market Match through the Office of Nevada County, which we're very, very grateful for that. It traditionally that funding comes from the state, and those state and federal dollars that would fund programs like that are absolutely a little tenuous, as you say. So we are really on the daily looking for those opportunities through grants and certainly through private donations. But I think really where we're at as a community and nonprofit land in general is we are going to have to pivot our models to be a little bit more focused on revenue generation. So CR Harvest, for example, is starting to really look at that pivot and see it in what ways we can start to bring in some earned revenue.
Yeah.
And really, ultimately, it's about sustainability. You know, donors, they're very generous in Nevada County, but even donors are going to get tired of being asked for money, especially in this highly competitive environment.
We have so many nonprofits, worthy nonprofits in our county.
Absolutely. Over 600, but we only have probably about 60,000 people that live on this side of Western Nevada County, right?
Right.
And so that's a lot of asking.
Right.
All worthy programs, all public services. And yet we're in a situation where our federal and state dollars can only go so far for those public services.
Yes, yes.
So we're really looking at, I mentioned that pivot, we're looking at trying to really solve our mission and our problem, because ideally, you know, we should work our way out of a job. And that's what I would love to do with CR Harvest, is start to look at programs and problem solving that would enable us to actually not exist.
Right. I mean, and it takes a disruption. I mean,
absolutely does.
I was just listening to a podcast about a new book by James Patterson, of all people, and I can't think of who his collaborator is off the top of my head, but it is about this idea of disruption in a kind way, not in a in a violent or but just thinking, I guess, the old thinking outside the box, or doing something that just doesn't seem to fit at first, but really has great rewards. And so that's a challenge.
It is a challenge for us. So it's really important for nonprofits that if they're going to go down this road, that it has to still be mission aligned, because part of the benefit of being a 501c3 is that we are able to offer some tax benefits for any monies that come in the door. And yet earned revenue is one of the more sustainable ways that we can exist. So as long as it's within our mission, then we're able to utilize that as a revenue stream. In our case, we're really looking at how do we actually start to solve the problem of keeping farmers on farmland in Nevada County.
Right.
And so we're looking to start encouraging investors or offering opportunities for investors to help us secure farmland, and then turn around and lease that farmland back to farmers.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it would allow us to own the asset, but it also provides some stability. And when we say we own the asset, it actually means it's the public. It's a public good at that point.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about this pivot, because it really starts to get at the core root of the problem, which is we don't have enough farmland that is being farmed in this county to feed the community.
Right. And although you need layers of solutions, for instance, the food banks are providing, the Band-Aid.
Yep.
If I can use that old cliche.
Yeah.
And what you're looking for is a more sustainable, deeper solution to the hunger problem. I
really want to see us as a community be able to sustain ourselves, especially in times of crisis. We've seen in things like COVID or with disruptions with even distribution, right? So we have like UNFI, we have Cisco systems. When those systems break down and this county can't get the food delivered that it's used to getting, the food on the shelves is local, because all they have to do is drive it up from Penn Valley or from South County, and we are able to keep that food on the shelves. And so it really is trying to get at that problem and make sure that there's enough food that could be utilized in case of emergencies.
Right.
And, we do start to talk about economies of scale. With more produce being developed here, we can actually drive prices down ultimately.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot, and it's highly complicated, as you know.
Yeah.
But that really is what we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
And we're working with all kinds of partners in order to do this. We're not the only ones working on it. We work with the Farm Bureau, with the Resource Conservation District, with the high school district, with our community roots, our school food program.
Right.
We're working with everybody across the board just to ensure that we can start to really look at what is going to solve this problem for our
Right, and look
community.
down the line.
Absolutely.
Look down the line.
Yeah.
Well, you guys do the most amazing work. I know some of
Thank
the
you.
people that work for your organization, and they are fabulous people and doing, this is really important. We want to make sure you're eating well to keep up your energy and keep your brain activity going, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you eat some of that produce, all right?
Yeah.
And come back and tell us how it's going.
Yes, I will.
All right,
Be happy
thanks,
to.
Eli.
Thanks.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back.
The United Way of Nevada County works with local partners to create a stronger, more compassionate community. With support from local donors and volunteers, resources are provided for those neighbors in need, whether it's food, clothing, or disaster preparation. Together, we are building a brighter future for everyone in Nevada County. United Way of Nevada County, because we're stronger when we stand together.
Water is always of major concern. The big question is, will we have enough of it in the future? The Nevada Irrigation District will hold a public hearing on May 13th at 9 a.m. to go over the updated urban water management plan. The hearing will be held at the district's business center located at 1036 West Main Street, Grass Valley. The plan outlines how the district will meet future water demand, prepare for drought, and continue conservation efforts, including its water shortage response strategy. Public participation is encouraged. You can attend the hearing in person or submit comments in advance by email to ops@nidwater.com. In our studio today is Director of Water Operations Chip Close. Chip has been with NID since 1994 and has held a variety of positions. Welcome, Chip. I turned before I was at the end of my introduction.
No,
Sorry about that. Welcome. So water is so complicated.
It can be.
And so political.
And so important for life.
Emotional. It's just such a, you think of water as being a very simple thing, but it's a very complicated thing. And especially in our area, watershed and aging infrastructure and the all the needs that you need to fill in. So tell me about this water management plan. Is this something that happens every year? How is it different from the last give me a little scope of what it's about.
Great questions. Well, just like you mentioned in your introductory there, the Urban Water Management Plan is a state-regulated document that really was developed to ensure that water purveyors are studying and making sure they have enough water to meet their needs today, tomorrow, and 20 years into the future. That's the whole purpose of this document. It started back in 1983 and is for any water purveyor that serves 3,000 meter connections or 3,000 acre feet in a year, and then it has to be updated every 5 years. Since 1983, every 5 years they add more and more to it, to the point now where we're studying everything from our climate here in Nevada County all the way to conservation efforts that we do at NID. So it has expanded greatly, and it's become quite the document.
Right. And so what's different about this one particularly? Can you give me 2 or 3 examples of something that's, a highlight of your plan?
Sure. So the regulation really from 2020 to 25 didn't change a whole bunch, but we at NID have completed a plan for water process. You may have heard about it.
Yes.
That basically was a climate change study to see how the climate change in the future is going to affect our water supply. We were able to take the information we gleaned from that study and insert it into this urban water management plan to help us project out 20 to 50 years.
I see. In the meantime, there's been some true structural problems in the last few years, and that were not anticipated, even though you can plan out, you're still, when it actually happens, it's like you got to deal with it immediately.
Yeah, it's no longer theoretical, right? So the last 2 years we've had those PG&E challenges where we had trouble getting our water supply. We were able to enact our water shortage contingency plan, which is actually in this document that we're talking about today. So we've exercised it the last 2 years, and I think we've proven, although it was tough on our customers and we thank them for their efforts, we've proven that we can make it through a water shortage emergency fairly well.
Right. Now, this meeting precedes the meeting that'll happen on May 27th about the rate increase. So they kind of get bunched together, don't they? I mean,
they do.
The people who come or comment online for the this meeting coming up, the plan meeting, it's going to get all bunched up with the rate increase, right?
I hope not. These are very separate topics. We are having a public hearing on May 13th for the Urban Water Management Plan, and then we're having a very separate public meeting for the water rates on the 27th. But as always, people are welcome to come to our board meetings or attend them online, and during the public comment period, they can give us whatever comments they would like.
Right, right. And then the May 27th meeting is another public meeting.
Correct.
Rate increase information has been sent out to residents and so on and so forth.
Yes, that's correct.
Busy time for you.
Yeah, it's a busy time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So how can people best support, a water infrastructure that makes sense? I mean, what do they do when they come to the meetings and they comment? What are they most concerned about? Is it fire? Is it the lack of a modernized system? What is it that people, in your estimation, are most concerned about?
I think there's two things. One is they want to make sure that the document supports the future health and water supply of NID. And they want to ensure that the projects we plan for the future are in coordination with what the community wants and needs. So we get a lot of comments related to that. We also get a lot of comments related to how we handle drought conditions and how drastic we cut back on things. So people have those concerns.
What about illegal grows and the demands on water for illegal grows and such? How involved are you in that as well?
So we're involved a little bit. Keep in mind, this is the Urban Water Management Plan. We just completed the Ag Water Management Plan, which would be going to those growers.
Right.
And at NID, we don't really judge those growers as long as they're buying the water legally. They're growing an active crop. We supply them the water they need.
Right. I mean, it's the illegal growers
those are a challenge.
That are the problem.
Yes, correct.
Because even as far as wells and such go.
Yes.
And so that's, like I said, it's a very political, complicated, emotional subject.
Yes.
So anyway, well, good luck with the plan meeting and with the rate increase public hearings, and I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more about it.
Yeah, more to come, right?
Okay, thanks so much for showing.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now. Don't go away. We'll take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back.
If you are dining outside at a restaurant and someone is smoking a cigarette or using an electronic smoking device, you are being exposed to secondhand smoke. But what if you're in your own home and a neighbor's smoke is drifting in? Every person should have the right to live in a smoke-free environment to protect their health and the health of their family.
I live in an apartment and my son was coughing more than usual. I realized it was because our neighbor's smoke was affecting him. I tried putting a wet towel under the door and I asked the neighbor to please not smoke inside. He smokes outside sometimes, but the smoke still comes in. I'm really worried about my son's health.
People in our community are facing this problem every day. Often the residents affected live in apartments, condos, or other multi-unit spaces. Many people are unaware that all secondhand smoke is dangerous. This includes smoke from vapes, hookahs, and cannabis too. Take action today to help protect some of our most vulnerable community members from the dangers of secondhand smoke. Let's make living smoke-free an option for all Nevada County residents. Go to smilenevadacounty.com to share your story, get involved, or to find ways to quit. The Nevada County Tobacco Prevention Program is here to help.
Nevada County has long been shaped by a deep and enduring commitment to the arts. A driving force behind this tradition is the Nevada County Arts Council. Today, their leadership is changing lives locally through programs like DoJo. DoJo is a therapeutic, culturally responsive music program for youth in Nevada County. The program offers in-school instruction focused on improvisation, collaboration, and creative expression, helping students build resilience, emotional awareness, and confidence through music. The program is led by professional bassist and seasonal educator Pancho Tomaselli. Tomaselli has performed with War and Tower of Power and has worked with artists like Janet Jackson and Lenny Kravitz. Welcome. Nice to have you here today.
Thank you.
First off, can we just talk about your name? Is that the coolest name? I mean, if you weren't going to be a musician, you had to be an MLB player. It's like a baseball name.
Yeah, it worked out with all this internet search engine to put like a Hispanic name with an Italian last name.
With an Italian last name. It's just beautiful.
So like
and so is this program that you've been working on.
Pizza.
Yeah, taco pizza. That's great. And so, and what's also beautiful is this program that you're working on. Can you tell us how it started and how you got involved?
Yeah, it started when I moved up here from LA. I was a touring recording artist for about 25 years back in LA, and after COVID, I came across the town. I fell in love with it, and I decided to move up here. And when I moved here, it's very hard to kind of keep the same career that you have in LA as a touring artist.
Yes,
working.
of course.
You can't ask for your same fees over here. It's just different. So it wouldn't work for me to be playing so I decided to join the Arts Council and make myself of service to the community and the community of kids by teaching some music and mentorship. It started at a juvenile hall where I started teaching there, and then it went with the probation department, and we moved to Mountain Valley. And then Mountain Valley closed because of the whole thing, and we moved that grant into SAIL, the Sierra Academy of Exploratory Learning in Nevada City. Those kids really need help.
What year was this?
This is happening this year. Started this.
Oh, it's
this
very
academic
new.
year, yeah. And what I've noticed is that the funds in the country or in the state have been allocated to either the very rich, because you have the funds, or whatever funds are left are allocated to the very unfortunate and poor, and which is great. But it leaves a huge gap of kids that, because your parents make an extra couple $1,000s, they do not qualify for services like arts education and all that. So it left like a whole chunk of our community unattended.
And here comes Pancho to fill the gap.
Correct. And then so when Mountain Valley closed, we moved that grant into SAIL to start an arts incubator using the base DoJo approach, which is basically just there's no participation trophy in my class. You got to work hard to earn your stripes and to move on. I'm not a Jesuit type teacher with a ruler. Yeah. But I'm very strict, and I keep
you have high expectations.
Yes,
I'm guessing the kids meet that expectation. They work hard.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm so immature that I can relate to all those kids and we get along. We get on pretty well, and I tell them, don't waste your money. Just pay me to teach you music. Like, let me teach you my mistakes. And that's my real curriculum, 20, 30 years of career have put me in front of multiple situations.
Yeah, I'll bet.
That had required a lot of brain.
Yeah, so I was going to say, not only do you need to be talented, you also need to be very creative and resourceful to meet the moment.
The basis of my program is, if you learn bass, fine. But my main purpose is to teach you to be creative. Yeah. Because creativity goes hand in hand with troubleshooting and problem solving.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't block up because you have a situation and there's no way you can resolve it. When you have a situation, use your creativity to find 7 ways to resolve it.
Yeah, brilliant. I love it. It's so cool. So the kids come to Bass DoJo after school?
No, this is an elective program through the school.
Through the school. So it's part of their day.
Correct.
And how many children do you have right now?
SAIL is 200 kids. When I opened the classroom, a third of the entire school signed up.
So a bit of a success.
Which was great, but it puts me in a little bit of a pickle because now I'm tapped out. I cannot service 40 kids. I have to service 40 kids. So it's like an ER doctor with 17 patients. You go here, the doctor will be with you. You're waiting for 2 hours, and then the doctor comes, takes your temperature, blah, 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 and then he bails. That's how I feel right now. I have so many students. I go with the bass players. Okay, just move there. Okay, guitar players. Da, 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 da. So it's great to find out there's so much demand, but I actually really need to the community, because these are your kids. These are not even my kids. Well, my daughter is in the program, but it's your kids, and we need help. Because if we curate the artistic core of this town from now on, when those kids grow up and graduate and go to college, if they're happy enough and if they have some sense of ownership with their artistic community, they're going to come back.
So your goal here is not just focused on the kids, although that's very important. The goal is like on the broader community, bringing that those wonderful brains and talent back
If
to
you
our
want to
community.
put numbers to it, it's completely attached to economic development because what makes Grass Valley and Nevada City beautiful is our artistic core. That brings people from Sacramento, the nightlife, the murals, the beautiful, like the streets are beautiful. Everything is, and we are doing that. The artists. I mean, not just we, but like the reason why we're here is we're pushing for it. When someone goes protest, we're there. When someone needs to raise money for the homeless, the House of Hospitality, it's all artists.
Yes, yes.
We're the ones that go there and do it.
Well, it's certainly one of the bigger reasons why we wanted to move here.
Correct. That's why I moved. So to me, it's very important to preserve that core, not by helping the old guys like me. We're pretty self-sufficient, but it's by like try to make sure that we curate the next generation of artists and make sure that these kids know that their town is awesome and that their town has something that they feel ownership to, that they could come back. You know, when this incubator grows the way I want it, there's going to be a space for the kids.
Yeah.
There's going to be some sense of like, we can go there. You know, I want the kids to have a place. They're bored in this town. And that's why they go to Condom Park and do drugs and all that, because there's nothing for them. What about the parks and the rivers? The kids don't want to go to the river. They want like stuff that kids do. Get them an internet cafe with free internet, some place that at least I'll see them there. At least I know they're safe. A place where they can come and ask for mentorship, ask for advice. How do I do this? How do I record my demo? How do I sell my demo? How do I market my demo? They have a place where they can go and I'm there. Then that's going to help.
Yeah, it's so inspiring.
Yeah, we don't want to lose that. We lose that, we lose our investments. All these investors that you see bringing in, the reason why our houses can be sold for over $600,000 is because there's an artistic core that makes this town look nice.
It's the thread.
We leave this town, and this becomes just another town.
That's right.
You know, they're beautiful towns.
Yeah.
But Placerville is gorgeous. Auburn is gorgeous. But they're not Nevada City. They're not Grass Valley because they don't have that vibe. It's like when you go to Texas, you go to Austin. And the reason why Austin is the way it is because there's an artistic core that makes everything fun.
Yeah.
Nashville, same thing.
Yeah. We went to the Molly Tuttle concert at Center for the Arts last night, and it was packed. And people are just like so thrilled to have that kind of talent here.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know,
I mean,
so.
It's a jewel. And I think when it comes like, you know, economic development, culture, we need culture. You know, people say America has no culture. I've traveled the world many times through every corner you can imagine. And I can tell you there's a lot of culture here, but the problem is that we're focusing what we call American culture with the sound that comes out of LA or New York. These are melting pots of many cultures. That is not the original sound of America. The original sound of America is in the rural communities where it hasn't been exposed to all these outsiders, where it's still pure from here. So that's what I'm trying to rescue. Like, there's going to be a wave of thousands of artists just like me that are getting sick of LA that are going to end up here within the next 5 years. Before that happens, I want to make sure that our established core sound from our city is set rather than it's half set and then you have all these imports and now this is going to become something.
A mix mash. Yeah,
like,
no, I get it. No, I mean, I love your vision and your passion is just contagious, I have to tell you. So
thank you.
So you need more teachers.
I need more teachers.
And you need more funds. And for people who are interested in just talking to you about the possibilities, how do they reach you?
We can maybe drop a link with my
We'll put that in the show notes.
my things,
Okay.
or reach out through the Arts Council.
Okay.
Ask for me.
All
They know all about me.
Yeah.
Mike.
Here,
Mike. He's around. You know, so but the important thing is like this. I'm not here crying for money. It's not crying yet, but I am here asking for money. Because like I said, this is not for me, this is not for you, this is our kids. This is your kids, not even my kids. This is your kids are the ones that are actually gonna save the artistic vibe of this.
Yeah.
Because they're from here. They're here. They're not imported. You know.
Right.
That sound is unique. And if we want this to continue, just close your eyes and imagine that Nevada City, the twin cities of Nevada City and Grass Valley, are the artistic, the Austin of Northern California. The artistic core. Everybody wants to go there. It's full of artists. It's full of good, the river, the music, you know. And like I said, artists. Who's helping with the Native Americans with awareness? The artist. Who's helping the homeless? The artist. Who's volunteering at the schools to teach music for free? The artist. You know, so
it's important.
We need a hand. We need the community to say, you know, yeah, we're valued. We're not just some hippie smoking pot. We're not.
Yeah. Well, let's
you know, it's like it's a serious thing. You know, we do enhance the fabric of this. We do enhance your lifestyle by making everything pretty. Just please, to our community, please don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Because if we leave, it's like the Pied Piper, you know. When we leave, if the artists in this town can no longer afford to live in this town and we'll go pick the next pretty town, because all the towns here are pretty, then these two cities are going to die.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. And that's why I'm so militant and passionate about it.
I get it. How can I not?
Gorgeous.
How can I not? You're so articulate and passionate about it, and it's inspiring. Let's get the word out.
Please.
Come back and tell us how it's going.
Yes. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for your time. We're always out there, you know. We're always out there performing.
Your, contact in the show notes.
And it's all game.
Yeah.
You know, now that I'm here, and I'm gonna try to make sure that everybody follows where we're trying to go. And
well, you're a leader. We need people like you here to do this really important. So. First off, congratulations for getting this incubator off the ground in a big way. And let's see how we can keep it going.
Thank you very much.
Pancho.
Very much. Thank you. Remember, I'm not political. I'm polite. Let me leave it like that.
Well, folks, thank you for watching this edition of Nevada County Now, your choice for local news brought to you by locals. We'd love your input about the show, what you would like to see on future shows, or if you would like to be a guest or contribute as a host, writer, or producer. Please email your ideas and suggestions to news@nevadacountytv.org. And please help us spread the word about Nevada County Now. Together, we can keep our community informed. Until next time, have fun getting out there to explore and listen to all the great music our community has to offer. Good night.